and at that rate, you just cannot like you can't QA people that are going to like understand the culture of the platform. So that has resulted in a lot of disconnect at various levels of Twitch, now a 3,000 person company, and not understanding things like what Train is saying, that there are policymakers at high levels at Twitch that just do not understand how the platform ought to be run, but that some of that stuff is improving because some of those policymakers are like starting to make better decisions and understand the platform a little bit more. Is that right? Like I got...
Yeah, well, on top of that, like, you know, I see some people saying, what about JiDion, right? Like, let me say something to you right now, okay? I strongly and wholeheartedly believe the JiDion ban is not coming from moderation. I don't think moderation is even large enough on that political level to make that call. Like, that's coming from somewhere, in my opinion, or someone that's saying, oh yeah, I don't care, we're cool, JiDion, but behind the scenes saying, yo, ban this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's coming from some higher level where, like, I mean, call me delusional, paranoid.
Level be the actual creator, another creator.
I think it's creator based, or it's a higher level. I think moderation.
So?
I think the moderation's a scapegoat for a lot of shit. I think moderation gets scapegoated because they can't say shit. But I think a lot of the bans and decisions are coming from a who and from a higher place, and moderation is just, you know, the scapegoat for it. Because moderation seems to be reasonable. They seem to be reasonable from what I'm seeing.
Until something happens to someone that has some sort of pull, then it's not reasonable. Then it's like, okay, well, that was a hardcore.
That's why I don't think it's coming from moderation. Or maybe it is moderation. It's one person that has the power to control it, and we just blame moderation as a whole. But it seems to me moderation as a whole is generally reasonable. Maybe there's an individual in moderation that has more power than the the whole, and there's one person leading it. I don't know.
I see what you're saying. It could be some guy.
It could be one person that's friends with someone, like, and they're ruining the entire image of moderation, right?
Because,
like, I don't know.
Because of their friendship. Yep. It could be that too. But it's definitely like the JiDion thing was definitely like, is that something that's a bannable offense off of platform completely?
What did JiDion get banned for?
I want to say it was the Pokemon stuff.
He sent the hate rate essentially.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know? I'm gonna say it right here. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it straight up. Okay.
Say it.
I'm gonna say it straight up. I'm gonna say it straight up right now. I'm saying it right now.
Say it.
Here it is. I'm saying it right now. Okay. The biggest double standard I have ever witnessed. Okay, and anyone who has the street smarts or social experience to understand what I'm about to say will understand why it's the most annoying fucking shit ever. Years ago, when xQc, and xQc still has one of the largest communities, when xQc, myself, Greek, right, our type of streamer had the large audiences, and the brand friendly did not. If you remember, there was a time where the brand friendly did not have shit, right? What did they do? They high-roaded us, virtue signaled us, and said what? You need to control your communities. You can't use them this way, blah, 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 right? The same argument of when they don't have it, they want to take it away, right? They did that, right? I don't know about you guys. I made the changes, right? You all know the changes I made. You know, I hired mods to sit in chats, to moderate everything, right? Guess what? When they got to a point where it was their time and they grew their shit, right? What they're holding JiDion accountable for, each of those brand-friendly motherfuckers, Pokemon included, they do every fucking day, every fucking drama. If somebody is coming at them, or if somebody is not coming at them, they want to go at them, they pull their Twitter up, they pull their Twitch up, and their hordes of 12-year-olds will sit there and not only shit talk you, they will try to ruin your life. They will fucking find your work. They will find everything, and they will come at you. And do I ever see, did you ever see the brand-friendly motherfuckers even saying, guys, don't do this, I don't stand? No, they do not, unless their hand is forced, and it's not even genuine. Listen, they do not even hold themselves accountable for what they told me, xQc, and Greek to hold ourselves accountable for 4 years ago. And they still use their armies to attack us because they themselves are scared of their own armies, because they aren't fucking leaders. Do you understand? It's a fluke they gave where they are. Do you understand?
Exactly.
Like, it is ridiculous.
They're their own army. Yeah,
it is ridiculous.
It's 100%.
The amount of shit they're responsible for when it comes to brigades and attacks on other people, and then yet they cry about it when it's used against them.
But when you do it deliberately, people are gonna get mad, and yet they act upon that.
xQc, they know what xQc. Wait, hold on, Mo.
Yeah,
I got this.
They know what they're doing.
When they pull up somebody's Twitter that they're going against in front of their 20,000 saying this guy's a fucking piece of shit. You don't think that they know what the fuck is good when they pull up a Twitter live in their stream?
Sure.
Right? Like, they know what the fuck they're doing.
It doesn't matter what you do. Like, I don't even want to comment on like anyone's Twitter anymore, because
it's gonna be an anime picture person saying something.
You know,
about
like
what
a
it's saying.
perfect example of it, Train. And this is like a personal thing I had, but like when I talked earlier about like, you know how Pokimane didn't like me because of my take on it. Like we were cool before that, I guess, but not. Then she started hating me because of my take on what her and Mischief said, right? When I typed in her chat, it wasn't even I just typed one line. It wasn't even bad. I don't remember what I said. I said something like, "They aren't though." Like she was trying to say that gambling addiction isn't as bad as another type of addiction.
Didn't she? Wasn't her? Not to speak for Pokimane, but wasn't her original beef with you that you said some misogynist thing in her opinion?
Not at all. It was all about the gambling stuff. I said that they didn't.
That was the clip I saw, but it's just
so no, that was
get to your
that,
point,
that,
Mo.
that
Get
thing
your
was
point.
with. No, okay, my point is on stream, right? She has a ton of mods. She could on stream. She sees me type. She goes on stream showing her own chat, clicks my name and bans me in front of everyone on purpose. She had to show her doing that as a way to send hate my way. 100%.
This should happen all the time.
Yeah, but everyone's
My
like,
point is this.
"Ooh, look, blah, blah, blah. Mo got owned by Pokimane," and it just turns into a whole...
My point is
like,
this.
it's
They
now.
do it all the time. They're aware of it. They know what the fuck they're doing. I don't give a fuck. Like, take responsibility.
Yeah, but one will create an easy to get at you, like, oh, it's done deliberately, and will be like, one has plausible deniability. That's a problem.
Exactly.
People that are passive aggressive and people who do a little they hide behind possible deniability.
That's
and
literally
you can't use that when you're doing something deliberately. That's the problem. It's all that optics.
She didn't intend it that way.
Fuck the optics. Fuck the optics. They're both the same.
This is how the world is run today, though.
I know it is. I know it is.
It's 100%, dude. It really is. It doesn't matter. They didn't intend it that way. Okay,
nah,
cool.
I feel you, because like for them, it's like they try to seem like they're always in this like positive, good person light. Yeah, so they have to like show like, oh, this is a bad person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing something wrong, showing their name and exposing their Twitter. I'm just showing you that this is a bad person. Now they know in their mind that their fans are gonna go and act upon that, right? But for them, they're like, they just have to paint this picture of like, there's a bad person, I'm a good person. I feel like that's when you can see that. That's when you know that like it's genuinely not a good person, bro. Like, I don't know. That's just how I feel about the situation.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's I guess what I'm interested in is like intent here. Like, do you think that they are intentionally doing that? Like they know exactly.
No, for sure. No, they know.
Engineering this so that people.
You know that. You know that. As a person who makes shit myself, when I know, like I've done that shit in the past where I'm like, yo, fuck this dude. I'm gonna quote his tweet because he's saying some shit about me. I want everyone that knows me to see me try this motherfucker because, yo, fuck you. You're talking shit about me. It's like I'm trying to bring light to a negative situation. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's not a good thing, and I've done it in the past, so I can see that. We all do it.
We're all guilty. But here's the thing: when you have an army that you don't really control that well, like that you just have such an army behind you blindly following everything, it gets to the point where it's like Steam has fans, but they're not gonna fucking, you know, it might be a few hundred people that really go to that tweet and say, fuck this guy, whatever. When you're someone like X or Poti or someone like, you're gonna have
tens of thousands
that are in there, and now
millions,
you're now in their head, you're the worst person ever, and that's it.
I mean, I think they know about it. I mean, a prime example is like when JiDion did what he did, but like it's like they always come in, they always start to say like, you have this big audience, you understand what that responsibility comes with, so they know what the hell they're doing. Like if they like they constantly talk about people in their big audiences and how people do things and intentionally do things, and they should understand that they have this type of audience and what this can cause.
Exactly.
So it's like they know the power that they have. It's like there's no way you just pull up somebody's name and then ban them and everyone knows this person. Like, ain't no way you not like intentionally doing that, because you can just do that without showing everyone. You can literally just not even, you know.
With that said, I would like to say, anybody in my chat, and I'm sure xQc will back it up as well, anyone in my chat that anyone we talk on this podcast, if you show them any hate of any kind and you harass them, you will be permabanned on my channel, and I'm sure xQc will permaban you in his. So
cross bans anyway. Yeah.
Do not fucking do that. I don't give a 100%. Fuck. Even though you know what I'm saying, like I ain't gonna stoop down to that level. You will be permanent in mine and xQc's and whoever the fuck else in here if you do that kind of bullshit. But you will not be banned in
mine, so there's always a home for one of you guys.
Classic.
We have to have a home.
You know though, on Twitch though, it's so like parasitic or whatever you want to call that word. That whatever you're joking about, this is how people actually think though.
100%.